What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Welcome back to the Monday night broadcast where you can tune in every single Monday night at 7:30 p.m. and talk anything and everything Corvettes. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Obviously, David is on with us tonight, so we got his expertise as well as a face that some of you guys will be familiar with. And this is going to be Sarah from AWE. She is here to kind of talk to us a little bit about some of the inner workings at AWE, because if you guys remember, AWE sponsored the channel for the month of August, but we didn't get to have one of the specialists on because that month was very busy for them for Corvettes at Carlisle. So Sarah's taking the time out of her day.
That place was booming.
Sarah's taking the time out of her day today to come here and answer any kind of questions you guys may have about AWE. And she's going to make kind of a first-time announcement on the channel here as to a new exhaust that's coming for one of our cars, we'll say. So, hello to Sarah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for popping on the channel, Sarah, taking the time.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I've heard a lot about it, so I'm glad to finally be able to come on.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. So, guys, again, Sarah is here to answer any of your questions. Sarah, if there's anything you want to kind of talk about right off the bat, the floor is open. Yeah, anything you want to mention?
I mean, did you guys want to talk about Carlisle, or do you want to just jump right into the crazy news that I have?
Well, we can talk a little bit about Carlisle. So, like I said, guys, they sponsored August, so technically Carlisle is yesterday for them. So, tell us a little bit about how Carlisle worked for you guys.
Yeah. It was crazy. So I know a lot of folks might remember we used to do installs at the actual fairgrounds, and we weren't able to do that this year. There just wasn't, I'm going to guess insurance, but they said there was an issue. The fairground staff said there was an issue with having us out there to do installs again. So we were kind of bummed about that. We got into some meetings earlier in the year and we're like, okay, how can we put something on that people can still get their systems installed? There's still at least a little bit of camaraderie, some fun to be had. So we came up with this like mini Corvette day, I guess. It was 3 days of just installs. We were doing tours. Everyone could just come out and see the facility, hang out with us. It was pretty cool. You guys were there, so that was one of the highlights. We did put that, one of our selling points was come and hang out with you guys as well. And I thought it maybe made up for it. There were still a few disappointed fans of the show, but you know, we'll try to be even better for next year and we'll see what we can do. So a lot of work went into it, and a lot of our staff were just running around, hence not really able to get on the show sooner than tonight. So.
Yeah, it was a good time as always, guys. Obviously, I was in the AWE booth. David was right behind me. And every year, honestly, I don't even remember the last time I went to Carlisle and I wasn't with AWE. So that's a good thing. But yeah, we went out to AWE's facilities out in Horsham and actually that's where they installed the exhaust on my C8 Z06. And other than the fact it was raining, I thought the turnout was pretty good. I thought it was actually not bad at all.
Yeah, and of course you guys got the one day that had bad weather too. We had some gorgeous weather the next day and the day after. So
yeah, that figures.
Yeah.
Well, we headed out to Corvettes at Carlisle at that point. So me and David were obviously getting set up for the show. It was like Wednesday night we got set up pretty much for Thursday. But Corvettes at Carlisle's kind of old news at this point, I'll say. But yeah, I mean, obviously we got a lot of comments coming in here already. Sarah saying that they have nothing but good things to say about AWE. I don't know how I would even pronounce this, Professor Corvette, but he puts Sarah's name as SARAWE. So I guess that, oh, we lost your audio. How does that happen?
Oh, no.
Let's see if we can get that back. We definitely need that back.
Definitely. Yeah, no, and that event, man, was awesome, I think. Like you said, for the weather, the turnout was great.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you now. Perfect.
Awesome. Cool. I'm on my phone, so of course a phone call came in. And must have messed it all up. So we're all good now. But yeah, we're stoked to always do the show. I feel like we do a ton with Corvette, probably more than any other make or model. So it's on my calendar every year. I look forward to going. So
yeah, same here. I'm sure I speak for me and David whenever I say that that's the best event of the year for us. So
oh, hands down. Hands
I'll
down.
believe it.
All right, so
Speaking of
let's, guys, we do have a lot to talk about tonight, Corvette related, but like I said, I wanted to bring Sarah on here to get some of the AWE questions out of the way. I don't want to take up all of her night. She's probably super busy, so let's utilize her while she's here. If you guys have any questions about AWE, you know, the inner workings, stuff that you can't necessarily go online and find the answer to. Plus, I'm going to have Sarah drop a bomb of news on you guys here in a second. So if you got the questions, now's the time to ask. So I know a lot of you guys out there have C8 Z06s. Are you interested in an AWE exhaust? I know most of you talk to me about it, and I tell you to go there anyway. But maybe there's something you want to ask Sarah that she might know that I don't. So I'm sure she knows a lot of this stuff that I don't know. So ask away. Let's get some answer or questions.
Yeah, you got the expert here tonight, guys.
happy to answer them all, and we're also pretty responsive on forums. I know you guys are on forums too, so if we're a DM away if you want to get right in touch with one of our reps. And then also social media, if you guys are on there as well, you can always shoot us a DM on there if you don't want to ask publicly. And I answer some of those too every now and again, so we're a team.
Nice. All right, so Ricky asks, will AWE ever make headers and cats?
No, and I have such a funny. Well, you know what? Let me not say never, but not in the foreseeable future. And the reason being is the EPA was in our facility like 2 months ago. We're so much on their radar that if we sneeze wrong, they will probably try to shut us down. We're a pretty small American-made company, so we can't really afford to mess with that stuff and incur a lot of the fines. We would love to, trust. Some of our older SKUs for Porsche systems still had a performance cat, and those were the ones they had a problem with, and we did end up getting a fine and having to, take down some lists. Yeah, but so we just can't. Otherwise, we totally would.
Nice.
Wow.
Jay Brazelton says HPO discount price just for us.
Well, I'll ask. Nothing right now, but we are getting super close to a certain time of year, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. All right, let's stay tuned for that. Hot Rod Todd says, thanks AWE for offering a discount for veterans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you know what we do? 10% off for veterans. You don't have to be active military. You can have served previously. And we also do first responders as well. So if you're EMT, firefighter, nurses, that type of stuff, you can also apply for the first responder.
That's awesome, Sarah.
Riptide Rick says, does it void GM warranty?
Well, the only good news about not touching the catalyst is that we can make systems that don't void the warranty because they start after the factory emissions. They don't touch emissions, and all of our Corvette systems are direct bolt up. So technically, you could take them off, go completely back to stock, and you'd never even know it was there. And we also offer the no check engine light guarantee on all of our systems, including the new the Z06s.
Nice.
Okay. KP says, AWE, can they make custom tailored exhaust systems?
We don't right now. That's kind of another good reason is we grew super quick. So we have our facility is 90% at this point production facility. So it's metal being cut, bent, expanded, welded, all that kind of stuff. So we don't have the ability to really do a one-off system at this point in time. So it's mostly just our pre-made items, but they're all made right in Horsham, Pennsylvania. So
yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. That was what impressed me the most.
Yeah. John Perkins says, do you have a louder exhaust than the Touring with low or no drone? He's got a Stingray C8.
Gotcha. So a lot of times when you look at the Touring Edition and you see those cans, I like to call them cans, they're actually not mufflers. So they're really not going to limit volume. They're just for toning the exhaust. So the only purpose of those 180 tech resonators is to remove the drone frequency. So when you step in the throttle, it'll be just as aggressive as the Track Edition. It's only tame when you're, kind of at cruising speeds, low RPM. So the Touring Edition really is best of both worlds. Track, I always tell people, is if they just want it super rowdy or if they actually have a track dedicated car. So
all right, so Ralph Cruz asks a question that I got a great answer from Jesse about. I don't know if you'll have the same answer or not, but if you do, it's really going to fill in some gaps from the previous weeks we've been talking about this. Ralph Cruz says, I used the AWE exhausts on my 70th anniversary C8 installed 2 years ago and it's still perfect. Either way, great sound. But my question is, how about titanium exhausts?
Ooh, I got a good one for this, and I don't know if Jesse said the same thing, but
Okay.
that was one of the things coming from a racing background I had a misconception of when I started at AWE, and the engineers filled me in. Titanium is a great metal for structure, and that's what it was developed for, was structural. It does not do well with heat cycles. It becomes really, really brittle. So we don't deal in titanium. It's also thinner, so that's how you can get sort of like a tinier sound as opposed to our thick walled stainless. That's one of the ways that we're able to achieve like a really deep, rich tone is actually the materials themselves. So stainless is not, or titanium is not a super great exhaust material in my humble opinion, unless of course you're trying to set like world record time and you need every ounce of weight.
Yeah.
In that situation where you're not going to go heat cycles of a car you drive all the time, then it might work.
Okay.
Boy, Justin, that sounds really,
That sounds
really
like something
familiar, doesn't
I've
it?
been
I
talking
think
about for the last month now, right? I have gotten so much freaking
did
hate
you
over
get for a
this.
script for that? 'Cause it
Yeah,
was
I
perfect.
wish I could say I did, but no, I actually heard this initially from Jesse. Then I did some
Right.
research
Yeah.
of my own. Come to find, not that I ever doubted Jesse, but he knows exactly what he's talking about. I have heard from
Yeah.
multiple sources that deal with exhaust that titanium is not the best material for it. But just like Sarah said, if you're trying to drop as much weight off the rear and it's a 1-2
Yep.
time use thing, that's a different story. In that situation,
Yep.
if you got the money to throw at it, do it. But if you
Yeah.
want
That's exactly
longevity,
what we
it's
were
not
saying.
titanium.
Yep. Yep. That's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what we were saying.
and I have a racing background, so I know some crazy teams that have these gnarly budgets where they can replace a cracked
Yeah.
manifold or a cracked exhaust, every couple of rounds when they're running the car. If that's the kind of budget you're working with, hats off to you. And if you don't mind that like higher pitched tone that it gives you, sure, send it. It's just not exactly the application that we look for.
Yeah. Okay, so just to reiterate there, because I know this question is going to come up a million times. This is the opinion of very, very, I don't want to say select, but I've talked to 4 or 5 different exhaust companies that make exhausts. This is their opinion. So I don't, at this
Yep.
point, I don't want to speak for Sarah or AWE, but I don't even know if it's necessarily an opinion anymore. I think it's kind of fact. Titanium doesn't handle heat the best. It is a great material for weight. And if you like
Mhm.
the sound, cool, but it's not a longevity thing. So stainless is the better of the two. You heard it. You
Right.
heard it there, folks. Like, don't hate me. So Mark Surge, the next question here is, he says he doesn't know much about what makes exhausts illegal, but if a C8 Z06 were to have an AWE exhaust and needs to be smogged several years down the line, would this exhaust need to be taken off, or is it legal?
Nope. You're good.
Because of the emissions equipment, it's going to be illegal. I don't want to speak for years and years and years down the line because you never know what they're going to do as far as laws go. Sometimes it gets a little wild in there, especially with the EPA, but the catalyst is what makes us it pass or fail a smog test. So because we don't touch the factory emissions equipment, you're not going to fail a smog test with our system. I would put a little asterisk and go, make sure you double check your local laws. They might pass something strange, whatever they're doing in politics. So make sure you keep up with that. But we try to keep up with the times and the laws and how things are going, and we try to stay as compliant as we can. Right now, most of our systems are 50 state compliant, including the Corvette systems.
Okay.
Nice.
How much of a horsepower increase on the Z06?
Oh man,
I don't know. I think it was
a
11
test
or 14.
question. I think it was 2. I can actually pull it up, but I do not know off the top of my head. I think it's because I was so utterly mesmerized by just the Z06 on the dyno. And then what's even funnier is we had it in our facility multiple times, and I still was just like in awe, like the heart eyes, just like, it's so sick.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was
It
your
never
car
gets
both
old,
times.
Sarah. It never gets old. I
Yeah, it
probably
really
got
doesn't.
150, 200 runs on a dyno, and every time I'm still standing there with my camera recording. Every time.
Yeah.
Because it never gets old.
Same.
It's either 11 or 14
Well,
horsepower. She'll get an answer for us in a
Ah,
second, but
you were doubly right. So it is 11 horsepower and 14 pound-feet of torque.
there
If
oh,
you
you
go.
guys want to see that, it's on the website. And if you scroll down, the actual dyno sheet is under performance specs.
awesome. All right, so if I recall, no, that wasn't my Z06. That was Doug's that you guys dynoed. But you did dyno
Okay,
my
all
gray
right.
one just recently as well. So,
We did.
Yep.
Jay Brazelton says, is AWE able to use the valve set up like stock?
Yes. So our system does include valves. There's only one system here, and the motors come mounted on the system. So you'll be able to just plug it in and go. All the valve functionality is directly off of your factory ECU, so all of your buttons are still going to work the same way. It's just adapted to our system. It's pretty darn plug and play.
Makes sense. Hot Rod Todd says, "Who coached Justin?" Well, you know what's funny? I would love to say that I've been coached, trust me. But at the end of the day, I do an immense amount of research on this stuff myself before I ever make a decision on anything. Like
As you should.
the smallest things in life, I research the crap out of, which is sometimes maybe not a great thing. But in this situation, I mean, you can ask Sarah. I was looking to possibly get a different exhaust for my car this time around because I had an AWE on my C8 Z06, the 23. I was thinking maybe I'll do something different in the 25.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I researched, and there is, in my opinion, there is not a better exhaust out there. And yeah, I looked at a bunch of titanium exhausts, and I was led down a path of what we're talking about now, where that might not be the best material for longevity. Plus, all of the companies that make titanium exhausts, all the exhaust tips look really not great, in my opinion. AWE has the nicest tips. They have the best quality exhaust. The power that it makes, I know, is legit. I was kind of part of the R&D on the first one, I guess we'll say, or at least my car was, I should say, not me. And I got to see a lot of this stuff, and it's just, you can tell quality when you see it, and it's not necessarily there for a lot of these other companies. So AWE it was. It would have been stupid for me to go anywhere else because, in my opinion, that's the best one you can get out there.
We try really hard, and he did. And for everyone watching, he literally said that to my face when we were at the facility for Carlisle. He was like, "Well, I tried to go another route, and I researched them all," and I was like, "Oh, I'm hurt." But I guess we're happy that you went out there, did all the work and the thought process, and you still ended up on us. That means that we're doing our jobs properly. So,
Yep.
So Professor Corvette has a question. I know, Sarah, you're probably not going to be able to answer. I don't even know if I'll be able to answer it. It's, so why did the C6 Z06 have a titanium exhaust? And did they not understand it yet? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, David. Tag in.
All right. Weight. That car has the most insane things for weight reduction that GM's done for a Corvette. They did thinner front glass, carbon fiber roof. They did balsa wood and carbon fiber floor pans on the driver and passenger side. Plus, it's a lot less heat because it's the very back of the car. You're going through the headers, the cabs, everything, and get all the way to the back.
Great point.
So it's that is exactly why they were comfortable. I think the C5 Z06 did too, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's how they pulled that off, because they were like, hey, we're going all out on weight on this car, so much to so that they're going to put carbon fiber floor in it. So that is exactly why they did it, and the heat is not as much of an issue, and they can do it from an OEM standpoint because it's all the way at the back of the car.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Yep.
I was going to say that exact thing. And also, I think to his point in his question, I don't think we fully understood how titanium was until recently. This was probably the last couple of years of a revelation. So I think it's all what you guys just said is spot on, in my personal opinion.
Well, and to kind of jump off of some of the stuff I've done in the past, Sarah, to kind of, again, rave about your product, but I will study a dyno graph. Okay, I will look at it, I will break it down, I'll piece it together. I think the biggest difference is not the peak numbers of 11 and 14, okay, because those are good numbers, those are solid numbers. But look at the middle of that graph, guys. If you don't, go listen to Justin's car, go down to performance, look at the dyno graph, look at the middle of that graph. I mean, it's like 30 or 40 horsepower and foot-pound in the middle, in the meat of the power band, where these cars need it the most. At the peak, we're making all the power in the world at the peak at almost 9,000 RPMs. But in the middle, this is where it's like the Eventurians and the other things. That middle of that meat of that power band, that's where the AWE makes power. Go look at the graph, and I'm telling you, that's where you feel it the most, right there. So,
and it's a Mustang dyno, so it's a little bit of a heartbreaker as well.
That's right.
And that's one of the reasons we publish the graph. We're not trying to get one over on anybody. We want to win your money, your business, because we did a better job, right? We want to win fair and square. So we publish everything on our site to be transparent so that you can have all the information up front. And when you eventually decide on going with AWE, you're like, wow, I'm so happy I did. That's the feeling we want to get. So.
Okay. I think that you guys are accomplishing that mission then.
Woo woo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Anthony George says, does AWE have recommended installers, specifically in the New York area?
That's a good
We
question.
do. I don't know if I can rattle them off the top of my noggin, But you can go to the site and go to our located dealer, and you can choose installer from there. Or if you'd like to talk to like a human being about it, you can hit up our contact form, and then you can work with. It's probably going to be John Voss. He's he's been with us for almost 20 years now, honestly, and he's got a great list of recommended installers too.
Great.
Nice.
Seawolf Z06, do you have any Canadian distribution for AWE products?
We do have Canadian distribution. Same spot. If you go on the website, it's actually towards the top. You can look at all of our dealers, and I believe HPO is even one of them. So if you want to support Justin.
Oh, so I can ship that to Canada, or you guys will ship directly to Canada?
I mean, it's probably a little more price conscious if you go with a Canadian-based distributor, but we just have so much variety all over the place that you can go through our Find a Dealer, and you have a lot of choices. There's a spot for installers, a spot for just web-based companies, and then a spot for actual physical brick and mortar shops that you can go to.
Okay. All right, guys, if you're liking this so far, smash the thumbs up button. Let's get to the 100 by 8 o'clock would be perfect. Smash the thumbs up. We got a lot more to talk about here. There's a bunch of questions coming in for Sarah, so we're going to be talking AWE here for the next couple minutes. Then we're going to move on to something more ZR1 related. So, Professor Corvette, I like this comment. I know the answer is already going to be no to this, but he says, do you have a SKU that bundles a Z06 exhaust and a TRX exhaust, parentheses, every Z06 owner also owns a TRX?
That would be so cool, honestly. That's a fantastic idea. I'm definitely going to tell it to Jesse when I go in tomorrow.
It's a great idea, but it doesn't translate exactly. I'll be honest with you. So not every Z06 owner has a TRX. Actually, David doesn't have one. So
negative.
All right, get on that, David. Come
Debunked.
Debunked.
Yeah, Riptide Rick says the C5 Z06 had titanium and it's far from the engine, so it's less heat. Yep. Always nice whenever someone brings up a point that I just did not even think about. That's why we have people like David on the channel. I mean, he's a brain.
Yeah, sometimes.
Ricky says, will we still need to relearn the valves after install?
On the Z06, you shouldn't. If you do fire it up and for some reason the light is on, you can do a relearn and it should go away. We haven't really seen many people with lights on from the jump, though, even needing to do a relearn, to be honest. And we track all of that through our customer support. Those guys are awesome. So much respect for them, and they work right with engineering when they need to as well. So we really haven't seen many come in, but if you do encounter anything, our support's here for you. And we have a lifetime warranty too. So we stand behind what we produce.
Awesome. TechSpeed says, will AWE ever offer a different tip for the switch path?
Aside from black, like a color or a different like size?
I would imagine color, but let's say size too.
Okay. Probably not size, because we chose one that would fill the valence like really, really well. So we probably don't have any room to go larger. We technically don't, but I will say if you hit up our amazing sales team, I think they can make a special order for you. They can make an exception.
That's fantastic. That's exactly why I like AWE so much. Like, I've dealt with a lot of aftermarket parts, obviously, on my cars, guys, and it always feels like if something's not going right, the last thing I want to do is call support. That's the last thing I want to do. But with AWE, it's almost like I want to find a reason to, because they're actually cool to talk to, and they don't make you feel like you're an idiot for calling them. So call them and tell them you want some chrome tips.
Great folks.
Sean, what's up, Sean? He says, I know Justin had this exhaust installed at your facility. Does the bumper have to come off to install it? Can anyone pretty much install it?
All C8s, the bumper does have to come off. I also was not stoked when I first learned that, but I've done a bunch, and it's not as bad as people think it is. It comes off pretty easily if you pay attention to where all the various clips and itty bitty bolts go. It should be fine if you want to do it. But then again, we have plenty of installers to recommend if you'd rather not. I totally get that too.
Yeah, the back bumper on the car comes off pretty
first time though.
Yeah.
If you're not used to like doing mods, and you look back there and there's 30 of the screws and all the clips, you have to take the liner out. You're like, what did I just get into, man? And then the plugs, and then when you pull it off, you can't really do it one-handed and get the plugs, and it's a
Yeah.
little intimidating.
It is
We're a little
easier with
spoiled.
2 people.
Yes.
I was just gonna say that we're a little spoiled when we do our installs for Carlisle. We work in 2 people teams, and then even when I have to do an install by myself for a video or something, you can just grab anybody in the facility and they'll lend a hand. That's one of the great parts of working there, I'd say. So, if you have a friend, bribe them with beer or something or dinner, and
Yeah,
they'll help you
exactly.
out.
Everybody needs an extra hand Dana.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Third hand
Third
Dana.
hand Dana. Yep.
All right, so Hot Rod Talk
Yeah.
says, looking at the dyno curve, it makes over 30 foot-pounds more and over 25 horsepower more in the middle of the curve, which is just like
There you
David
go.
was saying. That's where you need it in this car because of the flat
exactly where
plane
you
crank,
need it.
it doesn't make a whole ton of torque. So the power through, earlier in the torque curve, that's where you want it earlier.
Yep. Yep.
Let's
I mean, it
see.
still makes 400 foot-pound, which is pretty impressive for the way it winds, but that is exactly where you need that power.
Jay says
Hey,
to
that's why we publish a sheet.
Jay says,
right.
"Hey Sarah, please remember me for Christmas. I have a 23 Z06." She's writing down your name now, Jay, just so you know.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Make sure you slide in our DMs and make sure you don't miss our sale price going on. You want to make sure you get a good price on it if it's around the holidays for sure.
I will make sure to let people know about that because that was a great point. I didn't think anything about that. Whenever that time comes, we usually do collab with those kind of special deals on Instagram, especially.
Yep, I will be bugging you around then to make sure you collab to let all of your viewers know. And I might be spilling the beans here a bit because we don't normally talk about sales before they happen, but we've been hard at work making sure the planning is happening. So I'll go ahead and spill the beans, and I'll take the flack if they get mad at me. So
Well, and bouncing off of the question about the different color tips, whatever. So
Yeah.
this is a good, I think, and somebody just asked it in the comments. So this is one I personally want to know because I'm going to be getting an exhaust for my C8 Z06 carbon fiber tips. Yes, no, plans, whatever. Because
So we don't just release to release, and we did test carbon fiber tips a while ago, and we didn't like the results of them. They were just getting really brittle and not holding up well to the heat coming off the system. Not to say that we'll never do it. We might go take another look and see if maybe materials have improved because that was a while ago. It was before my time that they had tested it. And worth noting, if we get enough feedback on something and requests for it, we will look into it. That's the whole reason that the C6 even came about.
so now is that cumulative feedback a bunch of people, or can I just message you guys every day for the next year?
Yeah,
I mean, if you
under different
want to say
usernames.
what's up,
No, I'll use the same username.
amazing. There's actually a new product request form on our site if you go all the way to the bottom and you just submit
Awesome.
basically your name and email and what you want, and then we
Thank
can
you.
hit you up if we ever end up offering it.
Nice. Yeah,
All
because
right.
for my car with the carbon fiber that I have on it, I mean the black tips look amazing, especially that it's not fake tips. Those you guys kill it, absolutely kill it. The most amazing setup. But I've been thinking that the carbon fiber tips that have AWE on them, that would be sexy.
All right, so
All right,
another
I'll
question.
expect your form to come in.
Anthony George says, hypothetically speaking, if we did a group purchase, is there a minimum order?
So we have rarely done that every now and again. If there's enough people interested and Justin wants to hit us up and maybe talk about that type of situation, we can definitely look into it. I can't make any promises because they don't put me in charge of sales. I'm just in charge of answering the technical questions on social media. But
Okay. All right.
I know it's
So
something they'll definitely look into.
with that said, I'm going to start a poll right now, guys. I would say we'd need at least 10 before they'd even entertain this idea. So
Probably.
would you be interested in a group buy for an AWE exhaust system on a Z06?
Mm-hmm.
If I get at least 10 people saying yes, those 10, I'm going to ask for your names because we might look into doing this. Why the heck not? Everybody deserves to experience an AWE exhaust, and if you could save some pennies on one,
There you go.
Yeah, but if not, if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, Black Friday is the best time of the year to buy a system. If you've been looking at it and you're just waiting to pull the trigger, that is our biggest sale of the entire year. So
Ooh,
perfect.
question. Does the Black Friday sale stack with the veterans discount for those folks? Because we do have some veterans in here.
since it's automated, it does not. but you're welcome to DM email our contact form, and our sales team can look into that further for
Yeah,
you. And
there you
that's
go,
all I'm
guys.
allowed to say.
Yep. So TechSpeed says the offset and sound of the switch path is a constant crowd pleaser. One thing I wanted to mention about that is, obviously, if you guys haven't seen it, David got an exhaust on his C6 Corvette, and that's kind of the big news, but I'll let Sarah drop that. Before that, David had absolutely no connection whatsoever with AWE. And when he put the cats on my C8 Z06 by 23 in 2024 at the bash, he was immediately just straight up, the AWE exhaust system with the cats especially was the way to go. He had heard a bunch of different of them,
100%.
different setups, and he was all in on AWE. Meanwhile, he had absolutely no affiliation with them whatsoever at the time. So
Nope.
take that for what it's worth. I will tell you all day, every day, AWE,
and still
but
stand by my statement that your black one, now your gray one, because you have basically the same setup. That combination with the AWE and the Sport Cat you have is by far the best sound a C806 makes. Period. Hands down.
yeah, and I don't
You can
disagree.
get louder if you want.
Right.
We'd
But
love
the
to hear
sound
it.
itself, you'll never top that.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yep, and like I said, that was before he had anything to do with AWE. So with that said, Sarah, go ahead and tell us, drop the news bomb
All
on
right.
us.
Well, one of our newest ambassadors is sitting right in front of me right now because we used your Corvette, your C6, for the end phase of R&D just to test fit your generation.
Yep.
She's getting a call again.
Oh, no. It was my moment.
It was my moment. Your sound's going again. You're going to have to wait a minute till your sound comes back, I think.
There she goes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I am never this popular, I promise you. One of my cars, my very first car is in the shop getting body work done because that's pretty much the only thing I don't do is body work. And the guy who's doing the body work just called me twice. So I'm hoping it's not like upside down on fire or something, but we're going to have to find out
Ouch.
after this call. Yeah, so the whole big announcement is one of the reasons why I pushed the new product release form is because we got so many requests. We never go backwards in year ranges. We got so many requests for C6. That's the first time we've ever gone in the opposite direction and gone to a previous generation. But we will be releasing our C6 entire line for Z06 and regular C6 Corvettes tomorrow. So, and that is the first time anyone's ever hearing of the date. So make sure you stay tuned to our social media and of course HPO's social media so you guys can see the release and so you can see your car, the star of the show. Yep, it's a great time. I had a blast filming. I think I got to drive 5 different Corvettes and man, like I can't even count how many different track days we got to do with that.
That's
so
awesome.
I was pretty stoked on it.
Yeah. So, guys, you're hearing it here first. The AWE exhaust system will be launched tomorrow for the C6 Corvette, the C6 and the Z06 as well, right, Sarah?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yes.
you're going to see a video here. Obviously, you probably already saw it on Dave's channel that he got the exhaust. That was probably kind of a lack of communication on my part and David's part because I wanted to put my video out first, but I guess it kind of works. So mine is
and tomorrow,
that's okay.
Too,
Little
your video
scoop,
comes,
the scoop.
and then I put mine back, and then we do the Instagram and everything. So everybody get to see them. But you guys got to see this. It was such a kick-ass experience.
it was
I'll
awesome.
go into a little more of it, but you got to see this. Yeah.
All right, so just based on what we're getting so far here, Sarah, it looks like I have almost 20 people saying yes to a group buy. So I'm gonna have to message Jesse
Make that
about
21. David's in.
I will. I'll talk to Jesse tomorrow morning. Because he's definitely gonna want a status report. So I'll talk to Jesse tomorrow morning, and we'll see what we can make happen.
Looks like we may, if we do that, we may have to do another one for just the Stingray too, unless he would be willing to put both of them combined on a list together. You know what I mean?
When you have 20 people down, we can break a couple of rules here. So I'm not going to promise anything because they don't put me in charge.
All right.
But I can promise that I'll bring it up to the people who are in charge, and we'll get you a straight answer definitely tomorrow.
Sounds good. All right. So I think that's all the questions I'm seeing. Um, definitely good
Well,
feedback here, though.
real quick before we close out the AWE section,
Yeah,
Justin,
sure.
I would like everybody just to know two things. A, it was an amazing experience. You get in the shop, and when they say American made or made in the USA, literally, when I walked into the shop after Sarah pulled out my car and like surprised, oh my god, it was amazing. But when I walked in the shop, they're literally installing on one side and making and producing them on the other side. It's literally the shop and the installation. It's all there together. They're literally making them right there. And then, not to go into too much detail, but to tell you how good these folks are, okay? We had a few hiccups with my car, not the exhaust, just some hiccups. And when they pulled it out, we had some different things. And Sarah, the first thing Sarah said to me was, "Don't worry, we'll take care of it." That was it. Literally was like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of it." And again, knowing what Justin's told me and the way everybody was there, Jesse said the same thing. "Don't worry, we'll take care of it." I came back home, I looked at some things, I sent some, and guess what? They took care of it. You guys, it wasn't even
Yeah.
anybody's real fault in any of this, but they were so amazing at taking care of me. And I didn't know any of you guys before getting up there. I mean, I'd seen you at Carlisle, but I didn't know any of you. And I almost feel like family now. Like MJ and I talk. He invited me to his alligator farm. I mean, like,
Oh, MJ's the
okay, yeah.
coolest.
So, but it was
Alligator
amazing,
farm. I
guys. And
love
they
it.
just, but oh yeah, no, seriously, he has alligator rescue. No BS. Like he
He
really does
does.
in
Of
Florida.
course he does.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
yeah,
not
of
even
course he does.
surprised. I'm not.
But guys, these are just great people all around, and it really is when you walk in there, you feel that family atmosphere amongst the whole team, not just you, but the whole team. And it was a great facility, but they make them right there, and they're just good people, man. I mean, I'll forever be Ada. You guys have earned my business for the rest of my life, man. Like it was an
Oh,
absolutely amazing experience.
yeah. Well, we have to take good care of our R&D cars, otherwise they won't let us borrow anything else. So when you get that TRX, okay.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
yeah, you got it. But I got a challenger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, new project.
All right. So Sean asks, this is actually a good question. I've gotten this quite a bit too. Does AWE charge for installs at their facility / do they even do them at the facility outside of the pre-Carlisle show? And how much would it be?
So we don't do installs. The lifts you saw in the if it will the, that you will see in your video, or in that you saw, those are our R&D lifts. So we'll have anywhere from 3 to 5 projects going on at once. So we'll have a bunch of cars up in the air in various phases of R&D. We shut all that down specifically to do Corvette installs. So those were the only installs we've offered at our facility in years. We like to take care of our Corvette community because you guys are so great to us all the time. And I can't promise that we'll be doing installs on Corvettes again next year around the Carlisle time, but it went really well, and I'm sure they're going to want to try to offer something similar if we can't do that exact same thing next year.
Perfect. All right, Sarah. I think we're gonna let you go. I don't want to keep you all night, so
Cool.
we really appreciate you coming on here, answering some questions for us. Talk to Jesse. Let me know what he says because it looks like we have a little bit more than
Yeah.
20 at this point. I'll get some names
All
on a
right,
list
good
and we'll
news.
go from there.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
Sarah,
sounds
for
good.
everything. Absolutely everything. Thank you so much.
So glad to talk to you guys. Have fun with the rest of your show, and thanks so much for having me on.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye. All right, guys. So that was Sarah from AWE, obviously. I'm going to get some names from you guys. The ones that are on the list that said yes to the group buy, go ahead and send me an email. I want to see an email from every one of you that said yes to this group buy. It's just horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. Tell me, all you gotta do is just say, hey, Justin, I'm in on the group buy, and give me your full name. And we're going to move forward with that, apparently. So give me that, and then we'll move forward with the information tonight. We got 150 people watching and only 83 thumbs up, so we definitely got to change that, guys. Smash the thumbs ups.
Yep.
That was just Sarah on here from AWE answering some questions, but there was a question that popped up here that I want to answer, and that was from John W. Says 91 millimeter. Be careful with those. They're not OEM parts. The 87s are. Well, I'll tell you what. That's misinformation, and that's what we're here to kind of squash. So let's talk about it. The 87s are stock cores. You're right about that. The 91s are not, but let me tell you why they're not. And a lot of people say that like it's a bad thing. It's not, because what you're actually looking at with the 91s, the throttle body has been in use since I think it was 1994. That 91 millimeter throttle body on your Z06, that is a throttle body from 1994. That same architecture, I should say. What Solar did was took that same technology and basically put it through the test of time and found that, you know, a lot of the stuff that's in there doesn't need to be in there anymore. Or they compressed it down, basically made it smaller, faster. Just like, you know, you have your set of wireless headphones here. You know, back in 1994, these didn't exist. You had to have big wired things over your ears. Nowadays, all of that same technology is in here. So what they did was they took the 94 or the 91 millimeter throttle bodies from 1994 or whatever year it was. It was in the 90s somewhere. And they updated all the tech and made it better. So you're getting a throttle body that is just as good, if not better, than the OEM cores in a much tighter, neater package. So don't believe everything you see or read on the internet. Sometimes there's no truth to it. There's a reason why Solar changed from the 91 or from the stock cores to make the 91 ported throttle body, and it's all pros for you. Now, these are covered under warranty from Solar with the option to buy an extended warranty if you want.
I was just gonna say, man, they warranty the heck out of everything they sell you. So I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, you wouldn't put out an inferior product with a warranty. You just lose your shirt. So
That's it.
And I've been running them forever. I don't have any issues with it. I know plenty of people have run them. I know the crap out of them. They make good power, man. Even in bad air, they make good power.
And that's the thing. Like, you're talking 12 to 15 horsepower out of a ported throttle body. That literally blows my mind. You're talking about taking some metal out of a piece of, you know, a larger piece of metal, and that's going to make you 12 to 15 horsepower. These things are the real deal, and they're not anything to be scared of. So you just got to watch for that kind of stuff. And John, I totally appreciate you bringing it up, man. Trust me, that's no way an attack on you. I see information sometimes being shared on the internet that's not accurate. And I want to try to keep it as accurate as possible here. And that's I actually approached Joe from Solar Performance, and he got the answer for me, because I had the same question. Why is this not a stock? And when he came back with that information, I was like, geez, that makes perfect sense. Like, why didn't I think of that? And yeah, it's really not anything to be afraid of. And,
and again, like you just brought up, this is not speculation or something you read.
Right. This is fact.
From the solar engineers themselves as to why they offer that.
Yeah, it's not speculation. It's not hearsay. It's fact. It's 100% fact. So, again, if you guys are interested in the 91s, make sure you're buying them and using the code HPO5. It will save you some money off of the actual throttle bodies themselves, and they're not super cheap. So save some money on them.
Please save some money on them. Yep.
Sean, Sean says, thank you, Justin, for keeping everything fresh and informative. You're very welcome. I got to meet Sean actually at Corvettes at Carlisle. Really, really great guy. So I appreciate you tuning in, Sean.
Yeah, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, Riley Roofers. I saw all your comments. I didn't get the comment back, but yeah, the combination of mods that he has the exhaust, he has the Sport Cats, he has the Venturi and the 91 millimeter ported throttle bodies, and he loves the sound. And I mean, it's the same thing that I've experienced, same thing that David's experienced. If you do the mods right on this car, it responds very well to them, very well to these mods.
Yep.
And he said he did use the discount code with HPO. I appreciate that.
Boom.
Thumbs ups, guys. Yeah, we're not at 100 yet. Let's hit that 100 mark.
Almost there, guys. Let's go. Let's get those thumbs up, man.
Before we do, though, well, actually, you guys can keep hitting likes, but before we hit the 100, I do want to mention one thing. This is something I came across earlier. Check this out. This is the list of members, guys. I pulled this up the other day to see who was it that was my very first member. It was TechSpeed, and he's in here. I had to announce this while he's in here. TechSpeed was my very first member, and not only was he my very first, but he's been here the longest because he was the first. He's stayed on ever since. He is now a member for over a year. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is because some of you guys have been so loyal and such great subscribers, members. Anybody on this list right here that has been a member for 12 months. So that's Squirrel Cage Garage, Professor Corvette, Seawolf Z06, and TechSpeed. If you guys are in here, send me an email after the show's over. I'm going to get you a key tag. I want to send you a key tag for free just because you guys have been awesome. I want to give you something that's obviously not going to break my bank, but at the same time, it's going to help you out a little bit. And I do want to recognize the people that have been on, even for the 11 months and up at the very, very top. You can just barely see it, but David's up there at 10 months. So even Dave, I mean, all you guys are all fantastic. And I love it. But then we got people like Larry Anthony and Gordon Cruz, which is also on here. they're not just subscribed for 11 months, they're subscribed to the most expensive membership package. So you guys deserve something very special too. So aside from Squirrel Cage, Professor Corvette, Seawolf Z06, and Tech Speed, Larry and Gordon Cruz, send me an email as well. I want to get you guys something special too.
My man Gordon.
Yeah, and I know Gordon's in here, but I'm pretty sure Larry is not. And I've actually sent Larry a bunch of key texts, so I doubt he wants any more anyway. But if he does, I'll send you whatever you guys want at this point. Tech Speed says, pure quality content, easy to be a member. I appreciate that, man. I see him. I saw him at Carlisle, but I don't know if he was there last year. I can't remember. I usually see him almost every year. And then, yeah, here's Robert Brunn for 11 months. He said he can't believe it's almost been a year. And it's crazy. It is crazy. I didn't think I've been running this thing for 11 months.
It's crazy.
So yeah, guys, if I mentioned your name, send me an email. I want to get you something. If you don't want a key tag, if you want something else, I'm open to, whatever I can help you out with, because you guys have helped me out and I appreciate it. But, anyway, let's see. Are we at 100 yet?
All right, 103.
Right,
let's keep going, guys. Keep going.
Yes, sir. 103. Let's keep with the thumbs ups. We are going to talk about, something Professor Corvette just mentioned, and that is that Chevrolet produced 51 new Corvette ZR1s last week. Now, more ZR1s than E-Rays in 2026. So I'm starting to notice a trend here, guys, if you haven't noticed this as well, and that is they're producing a lot more ZR1s than I thought they were going to, and quicker than I thought they were going to. What that tells me, and what that should tell you, is don't pay over for this thing, because this thing's going to be hitting MSRP really soon. So if you guys want a ZR1, definitely you're going to be able to get one here pretty soon, and you're going to be able to get it at MSRP based on what I'm seeing. If there's more ZR1s out there right now than E-Rays already for the 2026 model year, something's going on. And that means, if you think about it, GM, they're set up to build a certain amount of cars a year, but if they're building more ZR1s than anything, then that means Z06, E-Ray, and Stingray numbers are going to suffer, because they can only build so many cars. So the ZR1 being the new thing, they're going to be building the most of those, most likely. So everything else is going to kind of take the back seat. Makes sense. That means ZR1 is going to be at MSRP here really soon. And that's great for people like me. Wait to buy that ZR1. That's exactly what I'm saying. I would not ever pay over for a car. I thought long and hard about it on the Z06. I almost did. But knowing what I know now about this entire platform, I would definitely not even consider it on a ZR1. John W. says he thinks they're realizing how many people actually want this car too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying when the ZR1X comes out too, they're going to be cranking those out if they can as well.
Yeah, and I mean, they were upfront with us about the ZR1. They said flat out they were not going to limit production. And they to some degree, they still are going to, based on the fact that not everybody wants a $250,000 car. But at the same time, it's not being limited for any artificial reason. So.
Yep. Yeah, Riptide Rick says that new Ferrari costs 3-point-something million. Yeah, and it's got 1168 horsepower. So
that's nuts. Sean says, so Justin, when are you getting your ZR1? I expect to get a call here pretty soon. So if I had to guess, I would be on the list to get one here probably within the next month.
Well, I'm glad they're actually cranking them out too, because the people that went and put their money down or whatever else, and they had the 25 orders and they got pushed, like they really need to make that right. So I'm glad they're cranking these out. I really am.
Well, those are the people that are getting them
That's
first.
good for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like, I'm glad they're making them for that, just for that. But I mean, that just is better for everybody if they end up cranking them out like that. Like I said, I mean, it won't be long and they'll be, MSRP are pretty dang close. So
yeah, and MGM just said the same thing. They're playing catch up, and they should be. Those 2025 orders deserve to be
of course they should be. Yeah, just do it right.
Yeah, that's 100% accurate. And then of course, Professor Corvette says, fire sale on ZR1. Fire sale.
Ooh, I wish.
It's just it's a poor choice of words for what's going on with the ZR1 and Z06 right now. I know. I know you meant it to be that, Professor Corvette, but I'm just saying for everybody else that doesn't get the humor. We actually have a little bit to talk about with the fire thing tonight as well. So again, guys, smash thumbs up. Looks like we have 150 people watching, 105 thumbs ups. Those numbers should match. Should be really nice. Let's see. Yeah, Tech Speed said he's looking to get a call before Thanksgiving. I'd say I'm probably right around there too myself, and I'm okay with that. Like I've made it pretty clear. I'm totally fine at this point waiting with my Z06 because I freaking love the car anyway. I'm not over here crying myself to sleep, so I'll take it whenever it
Well,
comes
and
in.
how much fun are you having getting to
Oh my
redo all
god,
these
dude,
mods,
I'm
dude?
loving
Come
it.
on, I bet
I'm
you're
loving
having a
it.
blast,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a fantastic car. It's a fantastic build process. Everything I
Yeah.
do to it makes it that much better. It's a great thing.
Yep. Yep.
Let me see.
Anthony asked, good question. I know the answer to this, but he says, will you keep your new C8 Z06 if you get your ZR1?
Where is that question at?
Right after Jay says, glad they're waiting.
Oh yeah, Anthony George. Will you keep the C8 Z06 if you get the ZR1? I am most likely going to keep the Z06. Yeah. I put myself in a pretty good financial position with selling my black Z06 that I think I can keep both. It's going to be tough, but at the same time, I don't know if I can let go of that Z06 sound, even though the ZR1's crazy and a great sound of its own. It's just not the same as the Z06. So most likely I'm
Yeah,
going
it's
to.
different. It's different. And you know that it is there, but it's significantly different. If you
Yeah.
because you've driven one, I've driven one, I drove Steve, it's like it's a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there, and when you're all out, whatever else, it starts to come alive, whatever else. But in general, it's not quite the same.
It's just structurally the way the thing's built. It's just never it can't be. It's just never going to
Correct.
be the same loud, visceral, screaming engine that the Z06 is because there's literally two things, giant muting turbos that are on there that are literally bringing the sound way down.
Right.
And yeah, I'm going to need a bigger garage for sure. My wife asked me, she's like, well, if you keep both, which one's going to be in the garage? And I'm like, God, what a stupid first world problem to have. Like, I don't even know which one.
Exactly.
What am I going to do with all these things?
Exactly. And you know that lyric ain't parking outside.
No.
Miss HPO won't have that.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, you're right.
When you got enough room back there, you can make a garage happen.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean, and this is one of the things I thought long and hard about was he says keeping both cars will maintain your current audience and expand into a higher clientele as well. And that was one thing I thought about is that the majority of people that are on my channel do not, or at least would not, want to get a ZR1. The Z06 is their peak. So if I got a ZR1, then the people that are on here because of my Z06 content are going to be like, pass. And they're just not going to watch. And it's like, that is something, in my position, that is something I have to watch out for. Luckily, whenever I got my C7 ZR1, almost everything that you did to a C7 ZR1 could be done to a C7 Z06 or even a Stingray. So a lot of the mod videos and stuff with that car kind of trickled down to the other models as well. With the C8 ZR1, it's kind of the same, but there's a lot more differences to the aftermarket parts that would make it more specific to the ZR1 stuff. So
right.
That's a long way of saying you're right, Sean.
And Professor Corvette, that is heresy. Heresy, sir. Don't ever say that. He said, sell your C7 ZR1.
Did he really
heresy,
say that?
I told you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He says
right.
parentheses, though. I know never.
Heresy, Professor. No way.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be very hard. I have a number for that car in my head, and I've had that number since the day I bought it. And odds are good that it will never hit that number. But if it did, I would sell it. But it's probably not ever going to happen. And it would only be because the number's so ridiculous that it would be impossible to say no to.
And that number's going to keep going up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
It is. And then Zaini, real quick, I'll answer your question. No, if you buy a painted manifold and just switch it over, it's just an OEM part for an OEM part. It has nothing to do with your powertrain warranty at all.
So, guys, I've made a video about this in the past, about will it void my warranty kind of thing. And the answer is almost always no. But the answer also very much so relies on your dealership, because every dealership's different. The dealership that I frequent, you guys have seen Cochran in Zilly/Cranberry area. That's where I go for all my maintenance, and that's actually where I bought my Seawolf gray car. They are a little bit more lenient with stuff, whereas where I can say the stuff that I have in my car, I'd probably get away with it if something were to happen with my car. If you have a really strict dealership, it might be a good idea to not let them see your mods if you have anything crazy. Like you heard from Sarah, Catback exhausts don't really void warranties. Air intakes are unlikely to void warranties. However, a high flow catch could void a warranty. Better not let them see that, / take it off if you have a problem. And the throttle bodies aren't going to void your warranty. So for the most part, the answer is no. But again, check with your dealership and see if they're one of the strict ones or one of the nicer ones.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you swapping an OEM part for an OEM part on a manifold.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's all stock.
That is a no-brainer, guys. It's an OEM part for OEM part. Yeah. But like Justin said, on anything else, just check with your dealer. If you have a good relationship with your dealer too, like your service department, a lot of times they'll give you a little bit more leeway than you think.
That's like half the battle right there. Have a good dealership with your or have a good relationship with your dealership. Number one, that's going to get you in line for cars faster, but number two, that's going to make sure that they take care of you.
Yep.
Let's see.
Because even I got my seatbelts changed colors on that recall, and a lot of other dealers, you guys said here in the chat and messaged me, your dealer was like, hell no. My guy was like, all right, I'll order them for you.
Tech Speed says, if you stay authentic to your audience in the Corvette community, you'll be fine. You have a lot of followers with multiple generations of vets. You'd be surprised.
Yep.
I might be surprised, to be honest with you. I know I have at least a handful of C5 guys. I would imagine if I had to guess, the C5 guys and the C6 guys probably don't comment a whole lot because I don't do a lot with those platforms. I would like to change that, but it's difficult to have a million cars sitting around. Like, not only that, like I don't want to make this sound like that I even have the option to. Like, I'm absolutely not made of money. And if I get a ZR1 and I keep my Z06, it is going to stretch me very thin. So it can be done, but it's going to be very difficult. So I don't want any misconceptions out there. I'm not a rich man. David is. I'm not.
No. And again, I will say we'll have some cross content here where you'll have stuff from my C6 Z06.
Yeah.
So we'll have other generations back and forth. Like Justin's video tomorrow should be a banger, guys. I haven't seen it.
It is going to be.
I
liked it a lot.
He basically was like, do you trust me? And he surprised me. It should be a banger, guys, because it was an absolute blast to experience all that. So it should be a good one, but that'll be some of the content that he and I are going to do together. We're going to get some of our cars together, have different generations together. So we're going to start doing a lot more of that stuff. But, we'll be bringing the other generation content as well. So just kind of hang in there on that. But we're going to have it always be a good mix. We don't want it to be everything of one or not enough of this. So.
Right. NBA says, congrats on 110K subs. Thank you. For some reason, I'm really looking forward to 111 just so there's a bunch of ones up there. But
111, 111.
Yeah. I'm going to screenshot that whenever that happens too. Hopefully it happens during the day. But
exactly.
All right. So guys, we talked a little bit about, if you're just tuning in, we talked about how the Chevrolet has produced more Corvette ZR1s than E-Rays so far in 2026. That's kind of the big news for the day is that, ZR1s are now outnumbering E-Rays, which is pretty crazy. But the other thing is the stop sale is somewhat lifted. So I know someone in here already said that it wasn't lifted, but it is kind of. Because if you bought a new car, there are 2026s currently shipping out of the museum. So there's actual visual evidence of these things being loaded and shipped right now. So this stop sale is somewhat lifted. Now, I actually know a person personally on, not personally, I'm sorry, I met him on Instagram. He sent me a message that he just picked up his 2026 ZR1. And I asked him, I said, can you take a picture of the fuel port, the fuel door? Because that's what they're changing. He sent me over the picture and it looks identical. The only difference is there's no little port at the bottom for the water or, in this case, gas to drip through. So that's it. All they're doing is sealing the port. That's it. Which I think is really crazy. I saw the initial CAD drawing for what they were changing and how they were changing it. And it was just being changed at the fuel door. But I thought for sure they were going to put like a little nozzle or something on the back to direct it somewhere else. No, they're just closing in the port. So you could easily do what they're doing on your own car by like sticking a piece of clay or something in there so the gas won't run through it. Like, it's wild the fix that they're using here. But his 2026, he picked it up at the dealer, signed all the papers, drove the car home. It is his car. and there is the fuel fix is done. Like I said, it's just there's not a hole there anymore. So some of the 26s are being shipped. That means good things for any of you who have a car that's waiting. I know someone in the comment section, I think it was Kerry Glock. I know he has one waiting. You guys are next. You're going to get the fix next. So once those things start getting shipped to the dealership in large quantities, you'll be next. And then people like me and David, who already own the car, we're third in line.
Yep.
RTM Motorsport says, I thought there was a diverter on the backside. There might be, because that's what I initially thought too. Whenever I saw the CAD drawing, I swear it said or showed that there was something on the back diverting the fuel away. But from what I can tell on the new design, when this person took a picture, actually, I think I still have it. Where did he send that? It will be on Instagram. Let me pull it up here because it looks identical to what we have now. The only difference is that port at the bottom is sealed off, so nothing runs through. And I thought the same thing whenever I saw the original CAD drawings. I thought there was something on the backside, but it's not looking like it. So unless there is something back there that you can't see, obviously, from the front.
Yeah. Well, Jay, it was funny. Jay and Sue have commented at the same time, basically bubblegum fix. So.
Yeah, and that's ultimately what it is. You could literally just stick something in there, and you're pretty much good to go. And I mean, I've been saying for a while now, as long as you don't overfill the thing, you're not spilling gas all over the place. You really don't even need to worry about the fix because just just realize fuel is flammable. Don't be spilling it everywhere. It's really all it comes down to. But let me see.
Yeah, John W. comes with the street alignment, and what you're feeling, that tramming or tracking where the car wants to kind of dart all over the place in the road or whatever else, is just because you've got these massively wide front tires and the car's kind of twitchy anyway. But I would not drive on the street for an extended period of time with the track alignment because it'll unevenly wear your tires. It's great for the track, but you will unevenly wear your tires if you leave it in track alignment.
Yeah.
So
track alignment's pretty aggressive too. You gotta make.
Oh yeah, it is.
You gotta keep that.
It'll tram even more. It'll tram even more. I've had it in track alignment and driven to a track. Like it'll chase, dart left and right, tram even more. So.
Trying to find these pictures. I know. It was 2 or 3 days ago I talked to him. It was actually I was on the phone with Mark, the guy who has still not got his ZR1 from the dealership.
Still not gotten his car?
Nope.
Oh,
and that's why he asked me about this person, whether or not they were taking delivery, because that kind of affects him. Like that's the thing that's supposedly holding him up. And obviously that's not even the case if these guys are the new 26s are getting them. I cannot find the pictures of this thing now.
It's actually, it is towed a little bit, John, but it's more the camber. So you'll get more camber this way. So when you turn in, like it kind of flattens out when you turn to the side. So it'll wear the inside of the tires more. But it is a little bit towed, but for the most part, it's the camber that's the big difference.
All right. So you guys are just going to have to take my word for it. The port looks exactly the same anyway, minus the fact that the hole's not there at the bottom. Professor Corvette, he said it's tough to not spill when refueling. I have to put my martini down to do so. Well, it's funny. One person, I don't remember who it was, but somebody was complaining about how they shouldn't have to worry about this kind of stuff with a Corvette and blah blah blah. They're so terrified now when pumping their gas, and the whole time they're talking about it, they're filming it. They're pumping their gas and they're filming it with their phone. It's like, dude, you shouldn't even have your phone.
Like spark.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have your phone out when you're fueling. Like, don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. And if you're not dumb, you'll be fine.
I shouldn't have to worry about.
Yeah, smoking and flicking their ashes. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
Hot Rod Todd says factories installing the fix, but I haven't heard about any dealer getting them. Yeah, the actual fix is developed. Like they have, the CAD drawings and everything for it. It's ready to go. I don't know if they've actually started pumping them out yet, outside of people that are the cars that are in the factory still.
Yeah, and that kind of lines up with what, when my guy first told me about it, the fix on that letter was scheduled for the 26th to have the parts. But I talked to him the other day and he said I wouldn't expect any earlier than a month for me.
Yeah.
To get it to their dealership and everything else.
And that was roughly, what did he say, a month from the 26th?
Yeah, no, a month from when they announced that. Like, so
Yeah.
it should be what, a
Yeah.
couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks.
I've been saying
tops.
now for a while, probably first or second week of October is when you'll start to
Yeah,
get like
that's what he
calls.
said. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yep.
There was this was another thing that just kind of show you that some of the stop sale has been lifted, is that over at the mid-engine Corvette forum, this person's 2026 Z06 was delivered and he took delivery of it. So
Nice.
brand new Corvette Z06. And actually, you know what? If Sean's still in the house, is Sean still in here? This is an identical spec to his car. So 2026, only this one's a 26. His was a 25, I believe. Yellow exterior with habanero interior. And
Ooh,
I was going to say what you will about it.
I wouldn't have thought that worked. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, I got to see Sean's at Carlisle. His was the same spec. And on paper, I would have been like, oh, no, that doesn't work. But in person, it looks pretty good.
Even those pictures, that looks pretty good, dude. Like, I wouldn't have thought that. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. Larry Anthony's in the house. What's up, Larry? Nice to see you, Larry. It says that Rydell's showing a 26 ZR1, 3LZ, ZTK. I'm sure that price is wrong.
I said 33,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take two of them at that price, but I'm guessing that's 330.
Yeah, with the way they're pumping them out, though, just give it some time.
Yeah. What color calipers? That's a good question. I don't think they show it. Oh, looks like yellow. I know on Sean's car,
The orange would have been nice if you did the habanero interior with orange calipers. That would have been nice.
Yeah, Sean's are orange. So it's kind of interesting. Now, the only other real piece of news here, yeah, it looks like 330K at Rydell with a 226 MSRP. That makes sense. 104K over at that point.
Yeah, that's about right.
God, it's awful is what it is. But unfortunately, we live in a world where, yeah, that's about right.
Yep. Well, for now, because we talked about this with the Z06s, what people were paying for those jokers when they came out, man.
And that's the thing. The
Z06, I wasn't as early as you, but I was early. I thought, man, there ain't. But Criswell was like, nope, well, MSRP, man, guaranteed. I was like, done.
Yep. And that's the thing, is the Z06 lasted longer than the ZR1's going to at over MSRP. I can guarantee it. The ZR1 is going to be MSRP probably within 3 to 6 months max. Whereas the ZR1 was like a year and a half.
I bet yours is like a Thanksgiving kind of thing, and I bet you pay MSRP 100%.
Yeah. I'm not going to pay over. I promise that. So I'm either at MSRP or under. I'm not going to pay over.
Yeah, I saw that red C8 Z06 that McCall just got 5 new ones. I told Justin, I was like, one of them was his spec too.
Of course it was. Just make me hate it. Of
course it was.
Yeah. All right, guys. 118 thumbs ups. Let's keep rolling with the thumbs ups. We got one more piece of information to talk about, I think. Is that it? No, 2. We'll start with this one. So if you guys are following the HPO Vet Exchange, I know Joe will kill me if I don't. Actually, is that him? Is that Joe Lanza right there? Yeah. He's in here. He's technically in here already.
I thought I saw. Yeah, there's Joe.
Yeah, Joe. Before you go, I'm gonna mention the HPO Vet Exchange because we got a new car. We actually got 2 new cars, but I only have one of them listed right now, and it's a really, really cool spec C5 Corvette. So check this thing out, guys. This is what we got right now. This is the C5 Corvette, and it is listed. It's a manual transmission too. So 6-speed manual. It's in a pewter silver, which is like almost a gray. Car is set up really, really nicely. And it is producing a bunch of power, and it looks like it was built by someone like me. Like, this thing is obsessed built. And like I said, it's a 2003, which the 03s and the 04s were the best year for the C5s. A 6-speed manual with 27,000 original miles. So this car is like brand new.
Wow.
They're asking 33 for it. Now the build is a mile long, so you'd have to come to the website to really get all of it, but there's a lot of stuff going on here, and all of this is done in a way that is perfect. Like, literally no check engine lights, car runs perfectly, everything is good. So you're getting a really nice built car, and it's built in a way that I would build a C5. So check it out if you guys are interested in C5 Corvettes. Like I said earlier, if I had more room, this would be the car that I would buy, because I want a C5 manual transmission, but It's just not going to happen. I don't have enough room for all this stuff, and I'm poor. So
Nah, we build a garage back there, man. You'll be buying them left and right.
all right. Well, David, when you get some free time, just pop up here and build me a garage.
Hey, that would be a fun project. Look, we got Dana, got me. Bill Miller can stand around and tell everybody what to do and not do anything at all. I mean,
That's exactly what Bill does. Bill is really good at delegating, we'll say.
yeah.
But yeah, John
Love you, Bill.
John W is actually the current owner, I believe, of the car. So he's
That's a
sending
nice
the
looking
information
car,
over
man.
us to get us to sell this thing. So this is his car. If you guys have questions about this thing, he's the guy.
That is awesome.
So again, really great spec, really nice looking build, and yeah, like I said, if I had
nicely
enough
done, man.
if I had enough room, I would buy it because it looks like exactly something I would build. And one of the colors I've always been a fan of, silver or a dark gray with carbon fiber. And
Yeah,
the
the
carbon
dark
fiber
gray is the
diffuser you
carbon
can see
fiber.
here on that gray, it is really a nice combination.
Mm-hmm.
But that on top of the C8 ZR1 winning some crazy awards already. This seems to
Yeah, I
happen
know,
with
right?
every car that GM makes, every new Corvette. It wins some
Yep.
crazy awards. And like with the Z06, there was awards being won left and right. And this one is no exception. The C8 ZR1 has won a major award for 10 best engines and propulsion systems winner. So it's in the top 10, I guess, of the best engines and propulsion systems for at least the 2025 model year, maybe 26 as well, because of just how crazy this thing is. You guys have all seen whenever Taj was talking about the car, you know, the fact that it's got the biggest turbos mounted to a production car ever. It can empty
Yep.
an Olympic-sized swimming pool in a couple of minutes, basically. It makes so
Yep.
much boost that it almost starts to make thrust, which is like you need that to take
Well, it
off,
actually does.
and it does create thrust. Yeah, but it's
It
like
does, yeah. Yeah. When I did my deep dive on the LT7, some of those facts blew me away, man. Absolutely blew me away. I was like, get out of here.
yeah, I know some of it's so crazy, it's wild. But actually, yeah. So someone asked if there was a giveaway tonight, and there was supposed to be, and I totally forgot about it until just now, and it's too late now. So,
We can do it next week or whenever.
yeah,
Or the week after when I'm
we'll
on.
probably do
don't
it the
matter
week
to me.
after when you're back on. David has something he
Hey.
wants to give away, and it's really cool. I don't want to give it away, but it's really cool. So
Yep.
we'll do that. Okay, yeah, we'll do that the second week of October, I guess, is when you'll be back on.
Yep.
So that works
And
for
you
me.
guys, like everybody that's in here almost could use this. So,
And I'll tell you what, guys, based on this screenshot, again, the guys who have 12 months in, so the guys who have been here for a year, those 4 people, I'm going to get them 5 free entries. So
oh,
what I want to build here, guys, is something that you guys become a member and you stay a member on the channel. So as you hit a year, I'm going to get you on that particular month that you hit a year, you're going to get 5 free entries into whatever it is we're giving away. So the next month, wow, there's a lot of people in the following month that will get 5 free entries. So again, you have to be in here, but if you are, you're going to get 5 free entries just because of how long you guys have been members. And I really want to show the appreciation I have for you guys doing that. So
that's nice, Justin.
thanks. You'll be on that list
man.
in 2 months.
Oh, look, hey, look, I'm just saying, just in general, that's nice. I mean, it's about building that community. We talked about that how many times already, but that's
Yeah.
what it's about, man. Thanks.
It is.
Because you guys are freaking awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy being on here so much just for, and when I'm at work and I'm not on, just plugging in, just like the comments, the ideas, like everything. Because it's all, and then every time we see you guys in person, the bash, Carla, all this. I mean, you guys are amazing. You
Yep.
really are. It's awesome.
I honestly, I've been on other people. Yeah, actually, Nate, that's right. You'll have 7 free entries then for that. Because I forgot him on the last one, so I told him I'd give him 2 on the next one. So he'll have 7 free entries, and he'll win. He'll win because of it too. So
Well, good, because that means I don't have to ship it and I can have them put it on.
that's true. That is really true. Yeah. Oh my God, that's great. Seawolf 06 says we sincerely appreciate you. Thank you, Justin. No, we appreciate you.
Well, and you see,
It's
well, I mean,
people
you
like
guys
you,
are
Dan,
awesome.
Dan, Marie,
Yeah.
all you guys. I mean, you guys are the ones
Coco.
that make this so awesome. Um, Brad says, "Where are you hanging out tonight?"
In Augusta, Georgia for this week, man.
John W says, "Met Justin at Carlisle in 2021. We'll just say we talked with him and asked some questions on Instagram. Appreciate being laid back, man." Yeah, that's what this whole thing's about. At the end of the day, you're a Corvette guy, I'm a Corvette guy, or worst case, we're car guys. I could talk
Yep.
car stuff with anybody all day. Like, this is the
And
stuff that goes in my head
everything
all
you
day
guys
anyway.
exactly. And everything you guys see on the channel is so authentic because literally when we're offline or we're texting or we're calling each other,
Yeah, it's
this
the
is
same stuff.
exactly the
Yeah.
conversations that are going on.
Yeah. That's whenever I first decided to do the live videos, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take the conversations I have for hours on end with friends on the phone and just make it something where we all can chime in.
Yeah.
Like
But
Ricky,
how many people I chat with, like even through text or through Instagram, like Darren and I go back and forth all the time on Instagram, but like so many people that we go back and forth on, and it's just a cool community, man. It's
yeah.
awesome.
Ricky says you guys made this community great. Other YouTubers, not so much. And that's
Thanks,
the
Ricky.
unfortunate reality of it is that, there are people who bring, more of a personalized touch to it, we'll say. And then there's other people that are just in it for themselves. So thankfully, I know the kind of person I am, and obviously David is the same kind of person. So him and I get along really well, and we're able to kind of join forces to bring exactly what I've always wanted this live video or live community stuff to look like. We bring it to life because we're both
Right.
super into cars. We're both super into Corvettes, and David's super knowledgeable about cars. So am I. And together we can have these kind of conversations about stuff and not, ever be in a situation where we don't know what we're talking about.
Well, and I reached out to you before I was even doing anything important and was like, "Hey, can I pick your brain?" You were like, "Sure, man." I was like, "I'll be in Fort Lauderdale. Can I take you to lunch?" "Sure." And you answered every question
Yep.
I had. You were like, and honestly, it was one of those things where I didn't know what to expect. But you and Amber were awesome. Like you guys were so great, and I was like, wow. I was like, they were really cool people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a shame that not all of them are like that, but that's a great question, Darren. He says, when did Corvette Weekly begin? It's been, at this point, it would have been, it was 2022. So I bet you we're at almost 3 years. I've been doing this.
wow.
And originally I planned on doing this. I kid you not, guys. I have it written somewhere and I can probably find it. I planned on doing this originally on Sunday nights, and I wanted to start it 6 months after I started my YouTube channel. And I ended up not doing it for like 4 or 5 years after. If I had started it when I wanted to, I would have started this probably 4 years prior.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, man, after seeing it when I was at your house on the live with you right there, seeing the amount of work that goes into putting on a live stream, because I thought, well, everybody can do that. It's no big deal. No, it's a lot more work than people think it is.
And the thing is like
I've
gotten it so streamlined that like the stuff you saw it looks easy now. But in reality, the setup to this, I mean, if you go back and watch the very first live videos that I did, they look nothing like this. Like I've polished the crap out of this thing.
Well, but also too, like you've done it, but it still was a lot, even though you were click,
right.
I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, holy crap.
Hot Rod Todd, yes. So he says, Justin, will you take the names for the AWE group buy just in case it happens? It will happen if we get all the people that said that they will buy. I need you guys to email me though. So just email me at horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. Tell me your first and last name and tell me you're in for the group buy. I'm going to have a conversation with Jesse from AWE. Him and I are pretty tight. And as long as we can get those same, at least, 10, 15, 20, however many we can get, as long as it's more than 10, I'm sure we can do a group buy. So
that's awesome.
If you're interested in getting an AWE exhaust for your Z06 or for your Stingray at this point, it sounded like we could possibly mix and match these. Send me your information. I need to have it in my email. I need to have a list ready to go for them because we can do that if that's the case.
Well, and Ricky says, if you're coming to Carlisle, like, please, Ricky, come. It's business. We go there for our business, but meeting you guys and hanging out with you guys is absolutely the best part of it for us. I've already bought my spots again for next year, the same spot. So we'll be there, guys. So please plan on coming. Make your plans now to be at the bash, to be at there. And there's some other big shows that Justin and I are going to hit next year. I think one in Texas, right, Justin?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Corvette
So there's going to
Invasion,
be a
most
lot
likely.
of stuff that we're going to keep bringing. So we're going to bring the show to you guys as well, and go from there. So.
Yep. Yeah, if you're ever on the fence about coming to Carlisle, don't be. Just come.
Don't be.
You will 100% appreciate it.
Yep.
Ah, here we go. Professor Corvette. March 7th, 2022 was the first episode of Corvette Weekly. Oh my God. So that means we've been
Wow,
doing it for
that's
over
over
3
3
years.
Wow.
So March 7th will be 4 years. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Seawolf06
That is
says,
awesome.
you and David are so knowledgeable and just great people. I really appreciate that. Dan, you guys are awesome yourselves. It's
Yep.
always a pleasure talking with you guys too. Yeah, Jay says the same thing. It's a pleasure talking to us. I don't think you guys understand that it's more so on our end that we enjoy talking to you. So if you guys enjoy talking to us, that's a great byproduct.
Yep.
Yeah, Steve Robertson.
Brandon's been real busy. Seawolf fast word Brandon. He's been real busy, but I think Justin's got him scheduled for some coming up. So we can get him back on it. Plus now he broke his car. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but
yeah,
he broke his transmission.
Yeah, he'll be back on in a little bit, but his schedule's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Steve Robertson says that we're reliably on every week, and I made kind of a promise to myself that if I did this, that it was going to be something that was consistent every single week, unless I'm dead or dying. And so far, that's only happened once, and luckily it was just dying and not dead. And but I was super sick. I couldn't even get out of bed, so there was no way I was doing it. And that's one time. I've only had to cancel this once, and I hope that I don't have to do it ever again.
Well, in the future too, man, it'd be nice to have a scheduled Carlisle show where we do the live.
We've talked.
Like an additional live. We had talked about that.
I talked to a group of people that we might be putting on something not just live, but like Hollywood production levels live at Carlisle.
Nice.
So, actually, that reminds me, I need to reach back out to them and start hashing out some details of that, because that is something that could happen at Carlisle this year coming up.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, I'm sure Jesse's listening. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
Darren says, I have no idea how, but I've been on every Monday night since the first one. I don't have that kind of commitment to anything else. Yeah, Darren, you have been on here a lot. I mean, I know a lot of the names whenever I see them. I know when you guys are on a lot. I'm pretty sure that Professor Corvette is one off the top of my head that I know he has not. I think he missed one episode, and even that one, I think he tuned in late. So he's pretty close to 100% track record. I know you are, Darren. You're pretty close as well. Steve Robertson, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he's here pretty much every week. Seawolf06, he's another one that's been here almost all the time. I mean, I know the names. Whenever I see your names in here, I know when you guys are, when you're not here, we know you're not. So, huh? John Perkins, says Amber. I'm just going down the list of the names I see right now, but yeah, John Perkins is on all the time. Meme Peterson, she's on all the time. Kevin Horan, Amber's screaming from downstairs. Texas Clay's on quite a bit. So yeah, it's like when you're not here, we notice that you're not here. That's how tight knit we are.
We actually
with
talk
this.
about it.
And we do. Yeah, we'll
actually
mention
talk
it.
about
We'll mention it.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, Trot Butter says, normally I'm not here because I live at the gym, but today's a rare time I can be here. He might not always be here, but he almost always comments.
Right.
So I see him all the time in the comment section. So
And I
again,
can't
like
wait to do
I know
stuff.
these names.
And I can't wait to do stuff with more of you. Like I said, I'm trying to plan where I can go visit a lot of the people that have messaged me. Like Darren, for sure, is up on one of the first ones. But go visit, do some content, hang out, check your cars out, go for drives. Man, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
That's a good point too. Seawolf06 says, what the heck else is there to do on a Monday? I guess that's true. I mean, that doesn't make me feel that great, but I'll accept it. Yeah, there's nothing else to do. Let's watch this guy. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
all right.
There it was. Yeah, Professor Corvette. That was the hilarious Amber off-camera comment. I don't know if you guys were able to hear it, but I guess you could.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah. All
His
right.
idea
So
was we have a scheduled one at like 8:47 every night where she just randomly yells something from off screen.
I said that to her, and she's like, "Well, I don't know if I can come up with something every Monday night. I might come to it."
Now it's pressure.
Yeah, now it's under the pressure.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to about wrap it up. Again, 2 weeks from now, we'll have a giveaway from that David's providing to the channel. But next month, we're gonna bring on another manufacturer for the sponsored month, and it's gonna be a cool one. So stay tuned. I don't want to give any information out, but go ahead.
And make sure you guys check out Justin's video tomorrow about the AWE exhaust and how he did that. And I'll have one, and then we'll do some other stuff. But make sure you check that out. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet, guys. I haven't seen it. He hasn't sent me.
I'm the only one that's seen it so far.
Under wraps.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for when it comes out tomorrow. I'm going to be looking forward to that one.
Yep, that and I had something else. Oh yeah, if you guys were interested in the AWE group buy, make sure you email me. I need to know your first, last name, and email address for the AWE group buy. So if you're interested in an AWE exhaust for your Z06, C8 Z06, C6 Z06, C8 Stingray, pretty much, I would say at this point anything. If you're interested in an AWE exhaust period for your car, that as long as they make it, of course, send me an email with your name.
And I will say, the C6 Z06 one sounds wicked.
It does. It does sound good.
God.
But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. So smash the thumbs up if you haven't yet.
You should probably add what vehicle it's for, so you can let Jesse know.
Okay, yeah, add what vehicle it's for. If you guys didn't already know to do that, that was Amber's comment.
Well, no, C8, C7, C6.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to let me know what car it's for, but either way, email me. That's it, guys. Smash the thumbs up
John
button.
Perkins. He forgot to put his name.
Oh God.
Love you, John.
Forgot my name. Oh God. All right. That's all, guys. Smash the thumbs up. Have a good night. We'll see you same time, same place next Monday night. Stay obsessed.
Thanks, guys.